lovelies, this is Robin Dudley House coming to you from my studio in Los Angeles, California. I'm very excited because I have finished 3 new projects for 3 new classes that will be premiering in a art retreat in Sun Valley, Idaho at a beautiful resort in Sun Valley, May 7th through the 10th, 2020, about a year from now. And I'm so excited. These are brand new. These are things that I haven't taught anywhere else. And they all kind of go together. Even though they're 3 separate classes, you can actually use one to highlight the other. And I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to show you the first one, which is a Bohemian artisan type folio for artists to house their paintbrushes, paints, and some writing materials. So first of all, I'll be showing you how to make the folio from recycled materials. Believe it or not, this was a cereal box and some junk mail. You'll also learn how to make these beautiful die-cut flowers. We'll do a little bit of dyeing with some on muslin. That's very simple. And also some ruffle making. Everything's geared towards beginners to advanced. Everybody, there's a little bit of something for everybody. And so the cool thing is, and I hope I get this in the shot, I might have to widen it out, is I'm going to open it all up and show you that there's 4 sections. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and it closes up like this. But then in the back, we have some other fun stuff going on. And I'm going to go briefly just showing you what is involved. So first of all, I made this little compartment so that you can house your paintbrushes. These are very old containers for watercolors, and I painted roses on them. So I'm going to show you how to paint roses very simply, so you can actually put anything in there that you want. This is a band for a journal, like a traveler's journal, which is the other project that we're going to be making in a separate class. And then this comes undone so that you can just add papers when you want to. So I have a few things that artists might want, like some watercolor paper, a little tiny file folder, and a glassine envelope to put little bits of ephemera in. Everything is covered in fabric and paper and washi tape. It's kind of done in a wabi-sabi kind of perfectly imperfect way. And then on this side, I have made several envelopes so that you can add your paintbrushes and pencils to. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets that you can add ephemera to. And speaking of which, this is empty, so you can also put little bits and pieces in here, like, you know, small paintbrushes and pencils. Also have some brads in there. And then it goes on to show that this side here has 2 envelopes that open up so that you can put even more. You can put tags, little tiny books if you want to. Both of these sides open up, and I'm going to show you the trick on how to do this. We're going to be using vintage fabrics, new fabrics, vintage papers, new papers. There's all kinds of fun things that you'll be learning in these classes. And then this one also opens. There's an opening here, and there's an opening here. Super fun. I had so much fun putting this together and making it, and you get to make it exclusively at this amazing art retreat that I'm very excited to be included in. Okay, so the second class is learning how to make a journal, and this journal, most of the class, or not most of it, probably the first part of the class, we're going to be learning how to make our own book cloth. So believe it or not, this is fabric with collaged old papers on it, and you're going to be making a large, anywhere from 3 to 4 foot panel of your own, and you're going to be using it to make your own journal. And so this journal has old and new papers on it as well. And it also fits into this little section here, kind of like a traveling journal, traveler's journal, so that all of these can kind of go together and work together. It's not probably not going to close because it's pretty stuffed, but that's kind of the thought behind this class as well as the folio class. So I'm going to undo that and just show you how cool this little journal is. I'm going to put this one away. So this journal is also similar to, it's kind of a folio, but it needed to be that way because I'm going to show you these special pockets here that I'm going to show you how to make it. They're based on an old Chinese thread pocket enclosure. Women used to, when they used to sew and embroider, they had made these little booklets that had all these little pockets in so that they can put their snippets in there, their thread and their needles. So that's kind of the basis behind this, but for us, we're going to be using it more for our paper ephemera. So this is also some more of the book. Let me show you the back of this. So this is one sheet of cloth that you'll be making in the class. Something's stopping me from holding this. Okay. So, and this is just part of what you'll be making. You're going to be making a longer one so that you can actually take some home. And I'm going to give you the formula for all of these classes on how I do everything step by step. There's a little bit of slow stitching on here as well, and some collage and some vintage kind of plaster looking techniques. And inside is the journal, and there's a watercolor flower in here on some watercolor. So this is for artists that like to draw or paint, or even if you want to just use it as a journal to journal in. There's some calligraphy paper in here. There's some vintage pages. There's also watercolor paper. There's just a mixture, and it's very simple. I usually tend to make my journals pretty stuffed with stuff, but I made this simple so that you can actually use it to do art. And there's also, we're going to be going over how to make a book cover with our book cloth. And then this is the fun part. These are actually, pins, paper clips. And so the way that this works, let me just show you the first two parts, is you can open up your box like this. Isn't that cool? And you can put little flat things in there. So I'm going to show you how to make that. And then you can take these off. These are paper clips, and they can be used as journaling cards if you want. Then you have some more boxes that open up. Super fun. I don't think anybody else is teaching this out here, where you have a combination of an art journal and secret little pockets that you can put your little notes in, little ideas that you might have. I had a tea bag in there, so anything that's flat. You can also put your needles and your thread in there. So there is some sewing on this, but there doesn't need to be. I'm going to show you both ways. I just like hand sewing and doing some sewing on all of my art, it seems, these days. And it closes up nice and neatly, and like I said, it will fit into the other folio that we're making for this series of classes. And then last but not least, I am teaching this other class. So all three of these classes are going to be premiering, like I said, in Idaho at a beautiful resort, the Sun Valley Resort in Idaho. And then we have this beautiful necklace. This is kind of hard to show because it is a necklace and it's pretty long. But this is going to be my slow stitch snippet necklace. And you are going to be learning simple. This looks like it's kind of complicated because there's a lot of things on here. But it's really a matter of just layering vintage beads, new beads, vintage ephemera, laces. And I'm going to show you my formula on how to do a necklace that's kind of asymmetric so that you can use the same formula for your jewelry pieces, this opens up and it's a cute little pouch so that you can actually wear this and put, you know, your little keepsakes in there. And then this is the necklace part that we will be doing. Most of the class will be focused on the pouch because of time, but I will have instructions in case you can't finish the actual necklace and you're only able to finish the pouch, on how to construct the necklace portion. And each one is going to be completely different, but beautiful, because we are using, a lot of these things are one of a kind. Not a lot of these things are things that you can just go into a hobby store and find. And I will have kits and lots of materials, lists of things that you can bring on your own, but I will also have some kits. And I hope you join me and 8 other artists in Sun Valley, Idaho.